Live. Let's start joining as we go live in today's interesting and wonderful segment. Today we'll be talking about this interesting token on gate.io. We'll be analyzing this token on gate.io, trying to get what is the token really all about, what is the utility of the token, what do we need to know, what are the basic IO to get basic information about what the token is actually really all about. So if you're here to actually follow my profile on gate.io, and we're also live on YouTube, in which you can actually follow my YouTube channel and all that. I'll be dropping the link to my YouTube subsequently as we keep moving ahead in the course of today's wonderful and interesting conversation. So please, I want to see you to show that you are online. We show that we are online, so please you can just react on the chat box to show that you are online and ready to write on with what we are actually talking about in today's interesting conversation. Please you can just comment online to show that you're online and ready to write on with what we're about to talk about in today's wonderful and interesting. So we'll actually be analyzing this token. To actually the meal is actually the main token. We'll actually be analyzing it, RIM and other, analyzing, getting basic information about what the token is actually really all about, what we need to know about it, how we can actually go about it when talking about it, and other. So we're looking at some basic information about this token itself before we actually invest more into it, before we go deep into what it's actually really all about. So waiting for others to join us. Currently it's around 0.02. There is a current price right now in the market space 0.02. There is a current price in the market space. When looking at it on the real sense, the current price in the market space is around 0.02. So let's keep joining, waiting for others to connect live so that we can all go live together. Please, you can just react on the chat box to show that you're online and ready to write on with what we are actually talking about in the course of today's interesting conversation. Waiting for others to join, waiting for others to actually connect live so that we can go live together in what we are actually going to be talking about in the course of today's conversation. Let's start joining as we have a very interesting time explaining what this token is actually. Now, one point we need to know now, let's check about what is the listen of this project when looking at it. Now, when looking at it on the real sense, you can see we can see the main is a foundation of the DAO, and also the DAO of the project, designed to demonstrate the gaming world that allows players to create a kind of apart from allows player and also play creators to participate in the chain value. It focused on supplying multiple chain, and when looking at it, and also the ecosystem, unified marketplace, and decentralized governance mechanisms, and also for multi-token change economy through funding, developing, distributing games, tokens, blockchain games, and blockchain technologies. The main is that it aims to maximize barrier for innovative games, for innovative game developers, and promote a wide adoption of Web3 based interactive experience. So and all that is just a summary of what the project is actually really all about. Now, looking at this project from here, now what can you actually say the project is actually saying? Now looking at this, looking at this is in a 1 hour time frame. This is a 1 hour time frame when looking at it. Now let's put it here. Let's put it here. Direct line here. I believe everyone can see. Now, okay. Let's put it here. It has it had a free breakout here. So let's push it up here. Okay, now you can see this breakout here. You can also see this one here. We have a 4 breakouts here again. Now, what is your prediction about this market? Based on what you can see here, what is your prediction about this market? You can actually tell me on the chat box what you feel about this current market. What do you feel is actually going on in this market right now? What do you feel it's actually now? Looking at this place here, looking at where it started from, It started around this place. This was around 2.02, about 0.20. It's around 0.20, and now it came in an uptrend direction. It's moved all through this place. It's moved all through this place. You can see it here. It got to this place. It broke. You can see it here. It got to this place. You can see the movement. You can see this movement. You can see this movement here in which we've gotten here. Now it's actually came down. It actually came down here, and also now are we still going to see the same move? Are we still, is it going to break this place? If it breaks this one here, is it going to come here and also break this one here and order? So now what is our prediction about the market? Because right now it's currently at 0.02, 0.202, and the this thing it has to break, it broke this place 0.00, and right now it's 0.02 and other. So all this is in a 1 hour time frame. So let's put it in a day time frame to see more about it. Now based on this 1 hour time frame, based on what I can see, based on what we can see, you know that this token is just being released. This is a new token that has been released on the market space. So it's actually is if you can buy it now, it's actually a good time to actually buy it right now in the market space. This is an early project that actually came into the market. And it came into the market, if I'm not mistaken, on gate.io around 0.03, and right now it's actually gotten to 0.3. So that means it's actually, when looking at it on the real sense, it has actually, the market has actually been good. When looking at it on the real sense, the market has actually been pushing massively. You can see this market here, you can see how it has been moving, and all that. This is a sign that I tell you that okay, yes, this is actually a good project to actually invest in it. And when looking at it, remember I told you guys that when looking at the market, there's a lot of factors that actually affects the way the price of the market, the way the market moves, and all that. There are a lot of factors that actually affect the movement of the market and all that. There's a lot of factors that actually affect the movement of the person. So let's go back. Let's get let's go to CoinMarketCap to actually analyze this token better, to get a better understanding and all that about this project. What is it really all about? What is the utility behind this project? And let's get basic information about what we need to know about this project before we come ahead on CoinMarketCap, before we come ahead and get more detailed explanation to what this project is actually really about. So just stay tuned to me. Please, if you have any question whatsoever as we keep pushing forward in the course of today's conversation, you are free to ask on the chat box, in which justice is going to be done as we keep moving ahead in the course of today's conversation. So please, if you have any question whatsoever as we keep moving ahead, please, you are free to ask on the chat box, in which justice is going to be done as we keep moving ahead in the course of today's wonderful and interesting conversation. So now, in moving ahead, in talking about, in getting more analysis about this token. Now, looking at CoinMarketCap, you can see it's on CoinMarketCap. Even on CoinMarketCap is just in 0.1, but in Gate.io it's actually telling me 0.2. So what do we feel is currently market? But okay, in CoinDeco is actually 0.2. In CoinDeco it's actually 0.2. So why is in CoinMarketCap we have 0.1? Well, let's go ahead and look at more about this token, more about this token. Okay, based on this, it's showing 0.2 here, and looking at where it started from, these all the price, the market cap. Check the market himself. Okay, which exchange we have on Uniswap? It's on Uniswap. It's on Uniswap. Uniswap is on Gateway. Does it have liquidity on Gateway? Okay, yeah, it has liquidity. You can see it. The IMS USDC 0.02, index volume, liquidity is actually trading high. It's actually trading high on Gate.io. It's actually trading high on Gate.io. So what are that? Much more information. There's more news, more information we need to understand. We need to get about this token and all that. Looking at the price for action, how it has actually been, how the price have actually been moving since April. This was since May. This was how the price has been moving since May. Do we have any news concerning the market and others? Okay, this one we have community member is actually the leading Korean South Korean blockchain gaming company has announced that the Mythos Foundation has joined the meme token and all that. Okay, the estimate price and all that. This is not what I'm looking for. This is not what I'm looking for. Okay. Statistics orders. We have 10 top orders, 10 top orders, 50 top orders, 100 top orders in the market, space and all that. Okay. Now we have the white paper. Where can we get the white paper or to check more about the coin and the token? What are they really all about? Because we need to get a deeper understanding about what the token or the project is actually really all about. What are they actually really all about? The white paper will actually go to the white paper to get basic understanding about this project. So what is the all-time high? Let's go and look at the all-time high of this project. The all-time high of the spread, the all-time low, what is the circulating supply and all that. Now based on what we have here, we can see that we have the circulating supply 1 trillion. We have the supply, the circulating supply, and also the maximum supply are actually the same. So let's get ahead, let's move ahead to check. Let's check more understanding about this token and order. Let's get more understanding about this token. The all-time high and the all-time low. Now based on what we can see, you can see the all-time high was in May 2000. Well, no, was in November. The all-time high was in November 3rd 20. That was like 8 months ago, in which you got to around 1.9. It actually got to 1.9, and currently it's currently at 0.1, in which the market has actually gone down drastically when looking at it on the real sense. It actually gone down drastically when looking at it on the real sense. And even though in the 7 days, 30 days and all that, you can see the market. You can see how the market is currently moving when looking at this project. What are they really all about and all that? So now let's move ahead to the token itself, to the project itself. What are they really all about? Now we can see it here. What do we have here? You can see it's actually the Mythos Foundation along with the main blockchain ecosystem DAO collective have the established, simplify and standard democrats of the gaming industry. It's actually built, move the gaming industry when looking at it. The reason why it's actually built is to encourage the gaming industry, or to move the gaming industry when looking at it on the real sense. And that is one point we need to know about. So all these actually important points that we will be talking about as we keep moving ahead in the course of today's interesting course. So let's keep joining as we keep moving ahead in the course of today's interesting conversation. Let's keep joining as we keep moving ahead in the course of today's interesting conversation. So now, what more points we still have? Now we see that the main token, they may aim to demonstrate the gaming world and allow players to play and creators to participate in their value chain. This is what they actually do. Now it's actually they aim to demonstrate or to democrate the gaming world, and also allowing players and creators to participate in the chain game and all that. It actually allows player and participants to participate in the value chain game and all that, to enable them earn more in the ecosystem when looking at it on the real sense, how they can actually go about it, what they need to know about it, and all that. It actually helps them, give them an idea of how they can actually go about it in the gaming industry and all that. Now it's actually grounded in its supports to multi-chain ecosystem, unified market space, and decentralized finance when looking at it on the real sense and all that, and also decentralized governance mechanisms and multiple token gaming and all that. That is one point we need to know and all that. Now you can actually see it here. Now the aim is actually interoperable native utility token used to decentralize effort and provide opportunity for everyone to participate and contribute within the ecosystem, adding governance value and also gaming developer, established and content creators when looking at it on the real sense and all that. Now we can see that the aim is actually the aim is an ERC minute token with a total supply fixed supply of around 1 million token, and you can actually see it here, the foundation unlock token. They have the launch partners 3 years vesting, 15% game funds, and we have 16%. Yes, out now the token is the token subject to minting are unlocked over 36 months within 1 year of cleaving and all that. These are all important points we need to know, and all these actually important points we need to know when talking about the token areas, what we need to know and all that. So now the foundation initially focused on 5 key areas for development. And what is the 5 key areas in which they focus on when looking at the development, when looking at their development and all that? Now the first one, they have the cross-chain infrastructure and NFT transportation. That is they offer infrastructure. They have the first one is the cross-chain infrastructure and NFT transportation. That is the first one in which they are working on in the market space and other. And the second one in which they're working on in the market space is actually the evolution of NFT and gaming economies for gaming developers and publishers when looking at it on the real sense. That is also another important point that we need to take note of when looking at the ecosystem and what they're actually really all about. All these points are actually important point that we need to take note of when looking at the ecosystem. What are they really all about? How can we actually go about it and all that? Also, another point we have also is interrogation and so support for gaming guide and gaming communities and guide community. And that is also another important point that we need to actually take note of when looking at the ecosystem, what we need to know about them, how we can actually go about them. And also we have the growth of traditional esports participation in Web3 and other. That is also another important point that we need to actually take note of when looking at the ecosystem, what they are actually really all about in the ecosystem and all that. And also we also have the collaboration. We also have collaboration with traditional gaming platforms to craft new policy that supports the next generation of games and all that, which is also another important factor that we need to take note of when looking at the ecosystem. So all these points are actually very, very important that we need to take note of when looking at the ecosystem. What are they really all about? What we need to take note of that. And so let's go back to Gate.io to get more analysis about what we're actually talking about. Now, looking at this token on Gate.io, you can see the project right now based on my analysis that we did the other time. Now you can see it's actually moves from this positioning in which we have it. You can see this positioning in which we have it. This was around 0.0, this was 0.03, and this was around when was this? When was this? 0.03. You can actually see it right now in the market space. You can see 0.03, and actually moves from this 0.03. It moves from to 0.1. It's actually from 0.3 to 0.1, in which you can see the up. You can see the movement. It got to 0.02, in which it has been ranging from this 0.02 over time. When looking at it on the recent, it has actually been ranging on this 0.02 over time. Now, based on what you can say, what can you actually say the market is? What can you actually say the market is currently doing here? Now remember, if I put it back in this 1 hour time frame, remember what we did in this 1 hour time frame, the analysis in which we did in this 1 hour time frame. Now you can see it. I believe everyone can see my screen, getting what I'm actually dishing out in it. Now, is it going to break this high? Now, if it breaks this high, we will see a massive push before we see a slight downward movement again in the market. So, so if you're looking for escaping the market, or looking at, okay, yeah, I just want to or just do a kind of a short time trade in the market and gain my profit. So start trading. If you're here to start trading on using gate.io, please let's start trading this token. You can actually take this token right now on gate.io and trade on it. Now you can see it now. Earlier when I started this section, it was around 0.02, 0.20 and 0.201, and right now it has actually gotten to 0.023 to 0.203205, and it has actually gotten to that. So I'm actually expecting it to break this high in which we have here and others in the market space. Now you are surprised, we will be surprised, okay, how did I come about this line? Now let me draw it back. Let's get some analysis. Let's get some analysis about the market itself, what the market is currently saying and other. Now based on what you can see now, based on what we have here, what can you actually see based on what we have here? We can see this downward move. We have this massive downward move here. It was actually ranging in this period in which we had a kind of a push, a massive push. So it has actually not. It's still in a it's still in a downward movement, because looking at it in a 30 minutes time frame, looking at this 30-minute time frame, it has not broken this place. And looking at this upper place here, it is yet to break this place. So if I still bring my line up here and draw it here, draw the line here, bring it up. So it's yet to break this line. It's yet to break this line that we have here. It's also yet to break. We saw a fake breakout here, but it was not a real breakout when looking at the market itself. And so all these points are actually very, very important that we need to take note of. All those points are interesting points that we need to take note of when talking about the market space, when talking about how you can actually go into, how you can actually trade the markets. And well, I see it's actually going to break this position, getting to this 0.203. Yeah, let's see, like let's just say 0.023 and other in the market space. And so all these points are actually very, very important that we need to actually take note of when looking at the market space. What is the market saying? What we need to know about them, and that all these are actually important points that we need to take note of when looking at the market direction, how the market is moving, what we need to know about them, and all these points are actually very, very important that we need to actually take note of when looking at the market himself. What are the important points we need to take note of about the market? So now, what do we say this is actually all about? Remember what we talked about is what is it all about? We said that the meal. We said that it's actually the foundation. It's actually a foundation of the DAO and the project. The DAO project is designed to demonstrate the gaming world by allowing players, it actually allow players to actually create and creators to participate in valuable chain. Which actually allows participation, and also to actually create a kind of it's a gaming industry that actually allows creators to actually create a kind of a valuable chain and actually going into the market, investing into the market when looking at it on the real sense. And also you can see this valuable point that I'm actually dishing out to you guys in, and you can see this 5-point image, the utility, where I say the utility or the use cases of what they are actually really all about when looking at it on the real sense. All these are the utility, all these are the use cases when looking at. And the first one, we have the cross-chain infrastructure and NFT. That is the first one. The second one is the transportation, where the second one is the evolution of NFT, the evolution of NFT, and apart from the evolution of NFT, and also the gaming economies for the gaming developers and also publisher, which is also another important factor. And also we have integration and also support for the gaming guide and gaming communities. And also we have also have the growth of traditional esports participation in Web3. The growth of they're also building the traditional esports participation in Web3, and so collaboration with traditional gaming platform to craft a new policy that supports the next generation of games and gamers, and all that. All of these are actually important points. And what is the utility behind this token now? It's actually a governance token that is used to vote on all proposals through the DAO, through the MEAL DAO when looking at it. Also, it's actually the MEAL is actually a native token of the of the print chain which unpin all products of the ring game and all that. And also the aim is a primary token that is currently mystery game platform or kind of market space powering the blank on party transaction when looking at this and order. So it's actually the utility token of the new market space 2.0 supporting future games. When looking at it, all transactions and exchange are on the market space when looking at it. So this token is actually a very good token. They can actually find it right now on gate.io if you're looking at it for a perfect place to actually trade this token. Gate.io is actually a perfect place in which you can actually trade 1,000 and how the to support the growth of and also the ecosystem. And the tree subcommittee covers the following area. Now, what does this committee actually covers? Now, we can see the first one, we have the gaming developments and partners. So they actually have the gaming developments and they're actually building on their partners and others. So for a lot of partners being coming on board to actually invest in the project and others, let's tell that okay, yes, they have something they're actually building. It's going to last. It's not going to be some like a project that will just last for a particular period of time and all that. And now, what actually makes you to be sure that okay, this token is actually a good token to actually invest in? What is their social, what is their community? Their community is very, very important. Now let's check their Twitter page. All their community is actually very, very important when looking at it. Okay, they just have active Twitter page when looking at it. They just have chats if you want to chat. Okay, they just have active Twitter page. It's Twitter page they have when looking at this token and all that. Okay, oh, you have to create an account. I don't want to open my account. I don't want to open my account right now. I don't open my account right now. I don't open my account right now. Alright, so okay, you can actually go to their Twitter page to actually get idea about what they're actually building, what is it really all about, what you need to know about them, and all that. All these points are actually important points that we need to know when talking about this token. What are they really all about? What you need to know, how you can actually go about it or invest into it in the ecosystem and all that. And we can see here where they also support esports and also guide people that are actually working with them. They just support the esports and also they have the guide. They also have special counsel. They also have special counsel where they go about their transaction, and also all these points are actually important points. All are actually important points that we need to take note of when looking at the ecosystem. And so, in addition to the three sub communities and also the foundation, form a special council considering the 5 members elected by majority vote in the DAO in the DAO ecosystem. And also, all these points are actually important points that we need to take note of when looking at the ecosystem. What are they really all about? And all. So now in their this say in vision and wisdom is the born legend, and that is, I think that is their motto when looking at it on the real sense. And so all these points are actually and all that. Now we also had the advice to us. Now the advice we had the need as needed to the foundation, and we help with the issue in the gaming esports sports and all that, Web3, gaming and also entertainment industry when looking at it on the real sense. So all these points are actually very, very important when looking at it on the real sense to get idea of about what they're actually really all about and all that. I believe you guys are following me. I guess are getting what I'm actually dishing out to you guys in the course of today's interesting and wonderful conversation as we keep moving ahead, getting more content, getting more real content about what the ecosystem is actually really all about, what we need to know about it, how we can actually go about it and all that. So now, in getting more understanding about what we're actually talking about, what other point do we need to know? Now you can actually say this is that the main token on the foundation is the platform that aim to demonstrate and also decentralize the gaming world. It essentially acts as an ecosystem for game developers and integrates into the player's experience and all that. These are what they're actually all about when looking at it on the real sense. And also, it's actually with kind of a well spread environment and distribution of gaming token, blockchain and technologies that will reduce the barrier. It will actually reduce the barrier of the entire innovation for innovative developers that wants to strive and play their own and also own their own community when looking at it on the way. So there are 5 different areas that this token actually focus on, and one of the areas actually seeking the innovative cross chain infrastructure for NFT. They also have the gaming economies. They also have and also integrate the gaming guide and also support the Web 3.0 esports and others. So all this actually important points we need to know when looking at the ecosystem. What are they really all about? What we need to know when looking at when trying to analyze it or trying to get a deeper understanding to what they're actually really about. So all these points are actually very important that we need to take note of when looking at actually what they're actually really all about, how we can actually go about it, what are the basic information we need to take note of when analyzing this project or when trying to look deep about on what they're actually really all about, what they're actually building, what we need to take note of it when looking at it on the real sense. And that's all these points are actually very important that we need to actually take note of when looking at the ecosystem. And so now it actually has a kind of the Web 3.0 gaming studio. Look at the bridge. Look at the bridge blockchain, and also the player's experience when looking at it on the real sense on how to actually go about it, and also it actually creates its own utility under the tick labor or symbol to deliver the goal, its goal, and empower its partners when looking at it and on the real sense. And also all this actually important point that we need to know when talking about this project, when talking about what we need to know about it, how we can actually go about it and all that. And also the foundation was launched in October. And its currency was the ever new industry, and the ARC token was listed on CoinMarketCap on November 1st. That was around last year, and also with the open price of around 1.1221 and all that. So it was actually listed at around 1.12, and right now it has actually gotten to 0.2. Here which you can see that okay, it will over time it is still going to retrace itself and come back strongly into the market and all that. So all these points are actually very important that we need to actually take note of when looking at the market himself. What is the market saying? What we need to know about the market? What are the basic information we need to take note of when looking at the market himself? And also all these points are actually very important that we need to actually take note of when analyzing the markets and other. And also we can see it here, the price prediction all around and all that. It was only launched in the market space and other, and there is not a forecast making the main price prediction and the price time writing. However, it is important to remember that the online forecast can be often very wrong, and there can also be a change in the moment notice and all that. So all these points are actually important points that we need to know and all that. So now some people ask, okay, is this a good investment they can actually go into? Is this actually a good investment they can actually go into to invest in when looking at it? Now the main topic is actually a decentralized ecosystem to empower the gaming industry to switch to blockchain model. Now it's actually now unlike the gaming now, let me just put an example now, just like the gaming, just like Vincent Putin now. Remember what gave him the idea to actually create the Ethereum, or gave him the idea of taking away any form of centralization to go to decentralization. Now it's the idea that okay, he was playing a game, for example, and there was a character that was removed. That he has a favorite character, and that his favorite character was actually removed from the game. So now he actually got the idea that that decentralization, this is disadvantage of why it does not want any form of decentralization and all that. So now it's still the same thing to what we're actually talking about. So now it's already trying to take away any form of creating a kind of the gaming industry that will switch to the blockchain model. And when talking about switching to the blockchain model, you were talking about the central, and its first partner in the Web3 studio is the Millet game and all that. So all these points are actually and also it's volatile, and in volatility cryptocurrency market, it is important to do your own research on any coin or token to determine if it's a good fit for your investment portfolio, whether this is actually a suitable investment or not. You need to depend on risk tolerance and how to actually intend your investment. Among other factors, keep in mind that the past performance is no guarantee for the future return, and never invest in your money that you can actually afford to lose when looking at. So all these points are actually important points that we need to know when talking about the market space, when talking about what we need to know about it, how we can actually go about it and all that. You can see it on CoinMarket, you can see it on CoinDeco, It's currently on CoinDeco. You can see the price movement on CoinDeco. This is in the last 24 hours. You can see the green line, it's been moving, and order you can see it's been ranging all time in the coin market cap. This was around yesterday to today. This was around yesterday to today. You can see what has been happening in the market days. Let me put it on 30 minutes, 30 days, 14 days. You can see in 14 days, this is the market. Is how the market has been in 14 days when looking at. So all these points are actually very, very important when looking at it. Live charts, what do we have? The live chart, people talking about the token and other. You can see it here. You can see the all time, you can see it here, 24 hours. The volume it has traded in 24 hours, what we need to know about it. And so all these points you can see now based on this right here, you can see what it has actually traded in 24 hours, what we need to know about it, and what are the basic information we need to know about this project. You can see in 24 hours, in 7 days, the trading volume, how many it has actually traded all-time high. You can see the all-time high was around November 3rd. The all-time high was around November 3rd, 2002, and the all-time low was around May. That's when it got to 0.1. That was actually the all-time low. That is 2 months ago. That was actually when we saw the all-time low in the market space and other. So all these actually points we need to understand when looking at this token, when looking at what are they really about. All these actually important points that we need to take note of when analyzing what this project is actually really. I believe you guys are following me. I guess are getting what I'm actually dishing out to you guys in the course of today's conversation. Please, if you have any question whatsoever, I'm open for questions. Please, if you have any question, please you can actually, please if you're here to follow my profile and you're listening to me, please can you do follow my profile so that whenever I'm live, you will be signified live whenever I'm live, so that you won't miss out on any section as we keep moving ahead in the course of today's section. So also this video is also on YouTube. This session is currently live on YouTube, in which I would like to link now. I would like everyone listening to me to actually go on YouTube to actually like and follow me. If you're here to follow me, please kindly follow me. So please let's start joining as we keep moving ahead, dishing out content, as we keep moving ahead in the course of today's interesting conversation. So I don't know if you have any question whatsoever on what we are talking about when talking about this token, when analyzing what this spread is actually really all about, what we need to know about it, what we need to take note of it when trying to analyze what is actually really about, how we can actually go about it, what are the various points we need to actually take note of when looking at this project itself. What do we need to know about it? What are the basic points we need to take note of when looking at this project? What are they actually really all about? Is very, very important that we take note of this project before going into it and order. So what other point do we need to take note when looking at it? What other point is very, very important that we need to take note of when looking at this? But now you can, based on what you can see now the price of yesterday. You can see how many it was actually traded yesterday. You can see it here now. You can see today. You can see what it has actually traded for today. You can see where you can actually buy. You can actually buy it on. If you're looking at where you can actually buy, you can actually buy it on gate.io. This platform is actually the best platform in which you can actually buy this token, because it has a lot of liquidity currently in the market space. So you can actually buy it on gate.io. And other what you can see the daily trade. You can see how many it has actually traded daily, the volume, and all that. All these points are actually very, very important that you need to know. You can see the what is fully diluted into the market, and how to actually perform your trade, and what is the market segment, how you can actually go about it, and all these actually important point that we need to take note of when looking at the market itself. What we need to know about it, how we can actually go about it, and that is very, very important that we take note of. So let's go back to what other point that we need to talk about that we've not actually looked at in the course of this section. What other points that we need to look at that we've not actually talked about in this section? All these are just articles that actually came on board concerning this project, analyze this project, why she said, okay, is this a good investment, or it's not actually a good investment, and all that. All these are actually important points that we need to take note of when looking at this document. Okay, what is the best platform that we can actually go into and actually invest in this project, what we need to know about it, how we can actually go about it. And so now all these actually important point that we need to know. Based on what we can say, you can see now based on my analysis, this is in a 1 hour time frame. You can actually see that this is in 30-minute time frame. We take it to 15 minutes. You can see it here. Now in 15 minutes, what can you see? You can see the downward move from here. You can see it here to this place. and it broke the line. It broke the line here. You can see the downward move here. I believe everyone can see what I'm showing you guys. You can see the downward move here, in which we now had a kind of a push. You can see the downward move here. You can see the way the market was moving and all that. Now, apart from this, you can see it broke the line and actually started moving up. So now, are we saying that it's coming back in place? It's broke this line also. Now, are we saying the market is actually trying to retrace himself back? He's trying to come back fully into the market. Is that what we are actually currently seeing in the market? So all this analysis is very, very important that we need to actually know. When you talk about the market, when you talk about how we need to actually know about it, what do we need to know about the market? What are the basic points we need to know when talking about the market space? And know that it is very, very important that we take note of all these points when analyzing the market. And other, you can see now based on this, now what can you actually see in the market based on this? You can see how the market has been moving. You can see how it has been moving from all these areas. You can see it here, all these areas. You can see how the market has been moving. You can see this point line. You can see it here, it moves here, it's as here again, and other, you can see it still came back, and other, it has actually been ranging, actually showing that okay, yes, this is what is actually happening in the market. Now you can see this movement, this downward move, and other, you can see your support, you can see your resistance in the market. So all these actually important signs that you actually tell that okay, yes, this is what is currently happening in the market, this is how the market is actually going, and that all those points are actually important factors that that's why you can see this place. You can see the address here, you can see the total, you can see it here, you can see the total supply, the total number actually issued in the market. You can see the current supply, you can see it here. You can see the official, you can actually check the official website. You can see the brief description about what the price is actually really all about. So all those points are actually very, very important that we need to actually take note of when talking about this project. What they actually, you can see the total, so you can see you can see it here, and also we can see it here. You can see what we have here. They say that the foundation is actually a foundation, and the DAO is a project designed to demonstrate the gaming world that allows players and innovators and creators to participate in the value chain, and also apart from it participating in this value chain, it actually focuses. But from allowing them to actually participate in this value chain and all that, it's actually focused on supporting a multi-chain ecosystem, unified market space, and also decentralized governance mechanism for kind of a multi-token gaming economy and other through funding, developing, distributing games, tokens, decentralized technologies, and also it actually aims to barrier for innovative gaming developers, and also promote a wider adoption of the Web3 based interactive experience when looking at it on the real sense. And so all these points are actually very, very important that we need to take note of when looking at the ecosystem, what they're actually really all about. And now you can actually see what is actually really all about. It has to do with the fundamental analysis, understanding your fundamental analysis, understanding your technical analysis, how to actually go about the market. What is the right way to actually invest? What is the all-time high? What is the all-time low? And all that, in which we've actually talked about it in the course of today's wonderful and interesting section. So I don't know if you have any questions so far on what we're talking. So now frequently as we keep moving ahead, we'll actually be looking at more projects on Gate.io. We're actually looking at more projects in which we're actually very soon going fully into analysis, trading, how to actually go about your trade, how to actually invest, the right trade to actually invest in. We have different ways in which you can actually trade on Gate.io, different token that are actually, and right now we're actually going into we are gradually moving into the bull run period. The bull run period already around the corner, and Bitcoin is actually pushing, in which we are actually expecting Bitcoin to actually get to 40, 45, 47 over the time, and all that, which is also a good sign that the market is actually coming back to place. And when looking at it and other, so all these points are actually very, very important when looking at the market space. What are they really all about? What we need to know about it, how we can actually go about it, and all this actually gives us an idea about what the market is actually saying, what we need to know about the market, and what are the various points we need to look at when looking at the market himself and other. And remember, we've looked at the white paper. You look at, okay, what are they really all about? They're also on Discord. You can actually check them on Discord to get more idea about what the place actually really all about. So you can actually tell me what token do you want me to analyze. Okay, maybe hopefully tomorrow thereabout I'll be analyzing Bitcoin. And I said that Bitcoin is actually going to get to 34, 34, 37, 47, 35. I'm actually seeing, and most coins actually going to push. And Bitcoin is actually the mother of all coins, and when it's actually pushed up like that, you can see, that okay, yes, the market is gradually also coming back to its position. The market is actually looking for a great position to actually so you can actually tell me on the chat box the coin that you want me to actually analyze for you on Gate.io, so that I will analyze it for you to actually get deeper understanding about the coin, what the coin actually saying, what the market is currently saying, and other. So all these points are actually very, very important that we need to take note of when talking about the market. Now, based on this analysis in which I've actually analyzed for you guys, what is your prediction about the market? What is your coin prediction about the market? You can see where it's currently at right now. It's currently at 0.0 that we need to take note of when talking about this market, when talking about what are they really all about, how we can actually go about it, and all these points are actually very, very important that we need to actually take note of when talking about the market, and all that. All these are actually important points. We're talking about the market and all what we need to know, and all that, all what we need to know, and all that. All these points are actually very, very important when looking at the market itself. And I believe you guys have gotten the point in which I'm actually dishing out to you guys in the course of today's conversation. So join me same time tomorrow for another intro. We will live again tomorrow for another interesting conversation. If you're here to start trading or Gate.io, please kindly start trading. And this is actually a good period you can actually invest, because right now this is a good positioning which you can actually buy into the market. And when it breaks here, you observe the market. When it breaks here, then you can actually get your profit and actually observe the way the market is actually going when looking at it and others. So all these points are actually very, very important that we need to take in, that we need to understand when looking at the market itself, how you need to go about the market, what are the basic understanding we need to understand, we need to know when looking at I believe everyone is following me. I believe everyone is following me. Everyone is following me and getting what I'm actually dishing out in this course of today's interesting section. So that is all what we'll be talking about in today's conversation. I believe you guys have gained a lot from what I've actually shared with you guys. We'll be live again tomorrow for another interesting conversation. Thank you guys for joining me. Stay blessed. See you tomorrow for another interesting conversation. Bye guys, and enjoy the rest of your day.